Well, hello everybody. My name is Alexander Nikitin. I'm a professional trader and a developer of pattern search software. And in today's video, I will talk about ManualHPS2 program. Okay, and also I will actually discuss what it takes to become a professional trader. So you will get some tips on how to trade and how to build up your trading career, and you will get the explanation of how the software works. Let's start that, and we will start from the far end, what it actually takes to become a professional pattern trader. Okay, you need to execute 3 steps: pattern identification, then you need trade execution, and you need trade management. So these 3 steps. Unfortunately, many pattern traders, the majority of pattern traders, only concentrated on pattern identification, and they forget about trade execution and trade management. But all these 3 steps are equal. You need to lay the same emphasis. You need to pay the same attention to each of them: pattern identification, pattern trade execution, and trade management. Well, I might guess why it happens so, because pattern identification is very difficult. You need to remember all those ratios, you need to do this, you need to do that, and because of that greed of the desire to make money today, to become rich quick, many traders just skip that step and start from setting trades without even know that they trade wrong ratios, without even know that they trade invalid setups, and they lose their money and become very disappointed and embarrassed, and they just give up trading, give up that pattern thing. Okay, to get the detailed descriptions of these steps, go to my website, click over that learn the patterns, and choose the pattern you wish. Let's have an example of deep crab harmonic pattern. Okay, so what it suggests, this is actually my trading plan. All these patterns are the patterns that I trade, and this is actually my trading plan. And further on this page you will see how it envelopes. You first need to understand the structure of this. It should be either this or that, for bullish or bad. Then you are explain the identification rules. You see, criteria number 1 is for B point, criteria number 2 is for C point, and now pay attention to that. Alongside with standard patterns, we have perfect patterns. So under the variation tab, you will have the explanation of perfect patterns. This and this. Okay. And criteria number 3 is the building of potential reversal zone, where the price might react. And if the potential reversal zone is built correct way, the price usually respect those zones as being support or resistance zones. So you see plenty of variables that depend on the situation, and actually to become a professional trader you need to know them by heart if you wish to trade them manually. Okay, so this is identification part. Pretty difficult, takes the largest space to describe. Okay, then the second but not the least one, yes, but not the smallest, is trade execution rules. How to place your trade, how to pay attention at the warning signs. These are the pattern invalidation rules, what may invalidate the pattern. How to place your targets, conventional of course, and where to place your stop. And the next section, the third one, the last but not the least, is the trade management rules. So this is the number of rules how you should manage your trade. If you see that the pattern is developing your way, it is working your way, you should do aggressive trade management, protecting your profits, trailing your stops, and so on and so forth, drawing the trend lines to project your targets, to see how you can maximize your profits. Or if it goes against you, you can notice that even at the first stages, and without waiting for the full stop to be hit, you can exit the position either with a small loss or a break even, or sometimes in many cases with a small profit. So reduce your risk and maximize your profit. This is your trade management rules. So they are conventional again, they are traditional as they are discussed in Scott Carney's rules books, in his webinars, in his videos. They are that. Okay, and at the last position, but not the least again, you have my own rules. How do I trade the trades? They are based on my own experience, and believe me, I've made lots of market research, especially with that pattern search software that identifies thousands of patterns. It finds thousands of setups, and I can check which way of attacking that way and managing the trade is the best. Okay, let's go back to identification part, because it will be the most important part of our today's discussion, as Manual Pattern Search 2 does the identification for you. Okay, what it takes to identify the pattern, what you need to do. You first need to find the structure of that, and to do that you need to know how to read the price chart. You need to draw those swings, ups and downs, like this, X to A, something like this, some major swings. And then you should see, okay, this looks like the structure. Go back to the structure and see, the movement before that should exceed the XA. Okay, the movement before that exceeds the XA. Okay, then we should have M type formation. Yes, and we should have letter M type formation. Okay, the structure coincides. Then we should measure each point, this, and that. I will do it this way with this perfect, wonderful drawing tool in TradingView that shows the ratios without need to stretch that Fibonacci's. From X to A, the B point ratio is 946. So let's go to check the criteria number 1, the B point. The B point says that it should be precise 886, but if it is not exactly 886, then look where it is. If it is between 886 and 786, make sure it's closer to 886. And if it is between 886 and 100, make sure it is closer to 886 as well. So in our case, it is in between 100 of X and 886. Believe me, 946 is closer to 886 than to 100. You can divide it and calculate where it closer. So it is closer to 886. This means the criteria is met. So let's look at the next criteria, the C point. Second criteria rules. It says that the market fulfills at least 382, but it should not touch A. We have 796, exactly what it is. If we trade perfect deep crab pattern, yes, it should fulfill 50 but not exceed 66. So, well, it exceeds 66, so this is not a perfect, it is a standard crab pattern. Okay, and criteria number 3 is to build up a potential reversal zone. The potential reversal zone is explained here. It should contain these levels. XA extension level, 127 AB equals CD pattern, and BC inversion. BC inversion should be corresponding BC inversion. It depends very much on the C point. If you have C point of that, then BC is this. C point of that, then BC is this. If you have this, then you have that. These numbers are actually what are coded in my software. If it is this, then it is that. If then, if then. So very good explanation on my website of how my software works. Okay, let's go back, and we first need the extension of X to A, like this. 161A extension is this one. The second thing, we need 127 AB equals CD. How it is drawn? To draw an ABCD patterns, you need to click A to B, and then you need to click where to start from. Start from C, and it should be 127. It is called trend-based Fibonacci extension, or AB equals CD patterns measurement. And the third thing, you are to do the inversion of BC lag. So you have the C point of 796. So 796 stays within this range, 74 to 83. So this means the BC inversion should be 1618. Let's draw the 1618 BC inversion. X to A to B and C. Let me match them perfectly, and it should be 1618. Okay, come on. 161A. Let me get rid of 127. Okay, so this is the potential reversal zone. So the identification step took me about 5 minutes or so to draw the pattern, to identify its structure, and to draw that. So this is the identification step. Okay, and now imagine what you need to do to become a professional trader. First of all, you need to have a confidence that this exact strategy is working, that it brings profits over time. How do you know that? You should do the back testing. You can't believe me, you can't believe somebody that is written in books. You need to see it with your own eyes. You need to have your own experience. If you don't have that, then the first time the drawdown starts, you will get rid of that strategy, because you will say, oh, it is a scam, it is a crap, it is rubbish, the strategy doesn't work. And before you even give a chance for a strategy to recover the losses, you will stop trading. That's why. Okay, how do you know how the strategy works? How do you get that experience? Then you do the backtesting. What you need to do, you need to choose a pair, let's say Aussie Cat. You need to choose a time frame, let's say 30 minutes, yes? And you need to choose a pattern, let's say deep crab pattern, yes? So what you need to do, you need to find 100 setups of deep crab pattern on 30 minutes on one pair. If you wish to trade 30 minutes and 1 hour, then you need to find 100 more. You see that? 200, 30 minutes and 1 hour, 2 time frames. If you wish to trade not only deep crab pattern, but also a godly, a bat, a cipher, what is else, shark, alternative bat, a standard crab, a butterfly pattern, let's say total 7 patterns, then you need to multiply 7. You see? So these are the number of setups that should be found on one pair. You should remember that identification of one setup takes 5 minutes. 5 minutes multiplied by 5 minutes, so it will be 7,000 minutes spent in backtesting. Divided 60, let's find how many hours it takes. It takes 116 hours. Let's divide 24. Let's not divide it 24. Let's divide that 10. For example, we are working 10 hours a day doing backtesting. So it will be 11 days to backtest one pair. You should get ready of that. Working 10 hours a day without stop. Only in this case you will get that confidence. If you don't work 10 hours a day, or you work, let me multiply 10 back, you only work 4 hours a day, yes, then divided by 4, you'll have 1 month. It will take you 1 month. If you want to trade 10 pairs, multiplied 10, yes, you will need 10 months working 4 hours a day without stop, backtesting, drawing the setups again and again and again, before you even can start trading, before you even can start executing the trades. But believe me guys, after you do the backtesting, the identification part, before after you train your eyes to recognize the patterns, you then need to re-backtest that totally. Do the same process again to find out what is the best way to execute the trades. And after you have done that backtesting, you need to do re-backtesting again to find out what is the best way to do the trade management. So it will take you 10 months for identification, 10 months for execution part, and 10 months for, what is this third one? Trade management. Okay. What ManualHPS does, it shortens that time from being years to days. What you need to do, how it works. I will first demonstrate how it works. Let me open that. It is easy as 1, 2. 1 and 2. That's it. The pattern is drawn. Okay, and now let me explain the ManualHPS in details. What is the power of that pattern search software? Okay, it is fully managed by keyboard. If you click A, you can have this mode of drawing. You see that? If you click S, it deletes all patterns. If you click C, you have this mode of drawing. Old school, 1 by 1. Very comfortable. So it is good for beginners, it is good for advanced and intermediate traders. And it is good for both. For real-time trading, something like this. Let's see if we have some pattern here. Yes, let's go 15 minutes. And you see some numbers: potential reversal zone of bat, potential reversal zone of alternative bat, and potential reversal zone of a crab pattern. So these red arrows symbolize the maximum of the pattern. If the price crosses that arrows, this means the pattern is invalidated. Okay, it is good for real-time trading, and it is good for backtesting as well. If we go to history, let's find some setup like this. It didn't trigger. Let's find some more setup like this. We have some patterns that hit targets. So easy, 1, 2. You don't need to spend 5 minutes. You spend a second. If you spend few seconds for backtesting, you shorten your backtesting time. You don't need, first, you don't need to spend your time on identification part. Second, you only concentrate on execution and trade management while you're backtesting. And third, you do it very fast. You do it extremely fast. Like this, X to A, and you have a potential pattern. It is absolutely objective. It draws not only the patterns that completed, but also that never completed at all. It doesn't do that historical matching. It only draws objective setups. Okay, let's go to the settings. What the settings are of ManualHPS. First of all, the first setting is the entry type. I call it harmonic or advanced. this is actually you switch between the harmonic patterns and advanced patterns. If you don't know the difference, go to my website and you will have the full complete explanation between them. So bat advanced, Gartley advanced, butterflies and cipher advanced patterns as compared to Gartley harmonic, bat harmonic and butterfly harmonic pattern. Okay, so in few words, a harmonic pattern is the pattern that draws a potential reversal zone, and then you need to look for a reversal price action, some hammer candle or whatever Harami reversing candlesticks formations within that potential reversal zone. And if you switch to advanced patterns, yes, it will only give you a level where you place your limit order according to advanced pattern trade execution. The advanced patterns are traded with limit orders, they are aggressively. Okay, drawing settings, PRZ. You saw the PRZ being the prices, yes, and if we switch that to rectangle, it is more comfortable for me, at least for me. I don't know you, but I like it being rectangle. So instead of numbers, I have a rectangle, and I look at the potential reversal zone to react at that zone. It doesn't exactly match that perfectly, yes. You see the actual reversal took place a bit lower. Well, but it gives some clues, and if you have sound trade execution and trade identification patterns, you profited from this trade, as in this case. Let's go here, let's go here. What was it? Aussie Canadian deep crab. I have posted and it was exceeding that potential reversal zone, and look what happened. You don't know future, yes, but with HPS2 you can do that. Okay, so you can switch between the rectangle, you can switch between the advanced, and you can switch between the harmonic. What else you can do with HPS2? You can switch the perfect patterns. What are the perfect patterns? Okay, let's go back to my website. The perfect patterns, as I told you, the variations. In the variations, perfect patterns, where is that variation? Variation in a perfect deep crab, the BC requirement. So if you switch that, it turns into a perfect pattern. These perfect patterns are discussed in Scott Carney Harmonic Trading Volume 1 book. Okay, the background is the filling the rectangle. Let me show you. Delete that, click A, start the drawing, and the rectangle stays this way. To delete those ABCD measurements, this is a black thing, is an ABCD pattern. To delete them, you just need to press D on your keyboard and they are deleted. Okay, very comfortable management. A, C, D, and S letters, and you have them all. What is next? Manual HPS. You can switch between the patterns, what patterns you want to be displayed and what patterns you don't want to be displayed. This is very comfortable for backtesting. For example, you are backtesting Gartleys only, so you need to switch every other pattern to false, and it will only draw Gartley patterns. Let's switch the deep crab to false and see that example. No deep crab appears. It is not allowed it. You see, nothing happens. You can try it once again. Nothing happens. You can try it even this way. It won't be displayed. Nothing happens until you allow the manual HPS to display that. X, C to X. Okay, this done. What else do you have? For example, you have drawn the pattern incorrect way, like this. You started from C from here and X to here. You will be notified. You have alert that C point cannot appear earlier than X point. Redraw the trend line. Invert that, like this. C point should be later. X point should be earlier. Okay, patterns are drawn very fast. Backtesting is done very fast. You can skip that identification part because all identification is done for you. So you can build your own strategy, you can build your own execution and trade management. Concentrate on that and you will become a profitable, consistently profitable trader. Let's see that examples of my trading account trading. This is a small account that I use for demonstrations and I use for some forward testing of my ideas. I've recently been forward testing Pattern Trade Assistant. So this is the robot that does trade management for you. You only need to execute. All the trade management is done by Pattern Trade Assistant. And there is a good news for you guys. The Pattern Trade Assistant is this robot is absolutely free. It is given for free when you purchase that ManualHPS. And what that Pattern Trade Assistant does, it does the trade management for you that is described in this section, like this. It does my trade management for you. But you can customize that to your favor, of course, and you will have it acting more traditionally. Okay, so what is that? Let's go to account history to see how it was there. Period of 1 week. Last week I've been testing that. And let's go save a detailed report. I'm not changing anything. Yes, you can see that. Okay, and you will see the results. Pretty many trades. 59 trades. Well, not the largest number of trades on earth, yes, but you see the equity curve. You see it is rising. Number of profitable trades, 74 accurate real-time trading. In my backtesting, I've been about 87% accurate. But in real time, well, it is not actually possible to get all the setups. You need to stay 24 hours a day in front of your computer to find the trades. Well, it's not actually possible. So you will miss some winners, but it is good to have 74 at least. My average win is 8, my average lose is 6. So this means I don't trade, I don't take targets early to increase the accuracy, to manipulate some, to show some good results. I do exactly what is written on my website, do exactly this. Actually, it is not me, it is Pattern Trade Assistant that does. Okay, so once again, guys, what you get with ManualHPS, what you get, you have the true identification part. Yes, recognize all those patterns. You can delete the patterns. You can get the price ATR range. I forgot about that, guys. Here's the wonderful thing. Let me draw it. C to X is your pattern. Yes, you have decided to put your stop loss just 1 ATR below this low. Yes, below this candle. So press Z and click on that low, and you will see 1 ATR below, 2 ATR below, or 1 ATR above, or 2 ATR above. You see that? Very good. This is what ManualHPS does for you. So you need to calculate your stop. For you to calculate your stop, to place your stop. Let's say this is the maximum allowed for the pattern. Yes, this level. Yes, like this. So you don't want for price to exceed this level more than 2 ATRs. You click the Z and you click on the chart. So you have 1 ATR and 2 ATR. Very convenient. it shows the ATR range. ATR stands for average true range. Okay, so let me finish this video. This is all about the ManualHPS. Pretty powerful tool, a unique tool, I might say, because it recognizes advanced patterns and harmonic patterns. It recognizes perfect patterns versus standard patterns. It recognizes the ATR range. It draws the field triangles and non-field triangles. It displays the rectangle potential reversal zone versus prices potential reversal zone. So you can fine-tune it to your taste for your backtesting, for your real-time trade, and to become a professional trader. Very good advantage to have that ManualHPS. Okay, that's it. Have a good one.